Have you ever noticed how some people seem to achieve so much in life while others with the same talent stay stuck in the same place? It's not about luck. It's not about intelligence. It's about habits. Small actions repeated every day can quietly change your life. Today, I'm going to tell you a story about a young boy whose life was completely transformed by the power of daily discipline and tiny habits. Once upon a time, in a small town called Everwood, there lived a boy named Ethan. Everwood was surrounded by quiet streets, parks, and small shops. It was peaceful, but life moved slowly. Ethan was smart and curious. He dreamed of being successful, confident, and respected. He often imagined himself working in a big office, giving presentations or leading a team. But there was one problem. Ethan loved his comfort more than his dreams. Every morning, his mom would knock on his door and say, "Ethan, wake up, the day won't wait for you." And every morning, Ethan would reply, "Just 5 more minutes," and roll back under the blanket. Despite this, Ethan admired the people around him. He watched the local shopkeepers working from morning till night. He saw teachers who stayed late to help their students. Even the police officer in town walked with pride and discipline every day. He wanted to be like them, but he didn't take the small, consistent steps needed to reach success. Some days, Ethan promised himself he would study hard. Other days, he spent hours playing video games or hanging out with friends. He had dreams, but no plan. He had potential, but no direction. At the edge of town lived an elderly man named Mr. Carter, a retired teacher known for his discipline and calm wisdom. Every morning before the sun rose, he would wake up, water his garden, do light exercises, and read a few pages of a book. His life seemed simple, but it was full of purpose. One afternoon, Ethan walked past Mr. Carter's house and noticed how calm and precise he was. Curious, Ethan asked, "Mr. Carter, why do you do the same routine every day? Don't you get bored? Don't you ever want to sleep in?" Mr. Carter smiled and said, "Ethan, habits are like seeds. What you plant today will grow tomorrow. You may not see it now, but one day your habits will either feed you or leave you wishing you started sooner." Success doesn't come from luck. It comes from small actions repeated consistently. That night, Ethan lay awake thinking about all the times he had quit halfway through a task, all the books he never finished, all the goals he abandoned. What if success wasn't about talent or opportunity? What if it was about showing up every day, even when it felt impossible? The next morning, Ethan woke up before sunrise. His body protested, his mind begged him to sleep more, but he remembered Mr. Carter's words. He washed his face, tied his shoes, and went outside. The cool morning air hit his face as he began to jog. At first, he could barely run 200 meters without gasping for breath. His legs burned, his chest heaved, but he didn't stop. Day after day, he repeated the jog, feeling a little stronger, a little faster, and a little more alive. After a week, he added another habit, studying for 1 hour every day. He didn't tell anyone, he didn't announce it, he simply did it. Weeks turned into months. Ethan faced challenges. Some days he felt too tired to run. Some days his mind wandered while studying. Friends invited him to hang out, tempting him to skip his routine, but he remembered Mr. Carter's words. Small habits repeated consistently are more powerful than short bursts of effort followed by laziness. Slowly, discipline became natural. His mind sharpened, his body grew stronger, and his confidence increased. His friends began to notice the change. One friend asked, "Ethan, how did you change so much? You used to sleep all morning." Ethan smiled and replied, "I didn't change overnight. I just repeated small actions every day until they became part of me." One day, an announcement came to town. A competitive program opened for students who excelled both physically and academically. The challenge involved running endurance tests and written exams. Many students panicked, thinking they would need to cram at the last minute. But Ethan remained calm. His daily habits had prepared him. On the morning of the fitness test, the sun had barely risen. Students sprinted at first, but most grew exhausted quickly. Ethan maintained a steady pace, conserving his energy, letting months of small, consistent training guide him forward. When it was time for the written exam, others panicked and tried to memorize everything at once. Ethan reviewed calmly, knowing that daily study had built a strong foundation that no last-minute effort could replace. Weeks later, the results were announced. Ethan didn't just pass, he ranked among the top students. He ran to Mr. Carter with tears in his eyes. "Mr. Carter, I did it! I never thought I could! Your words were true!" Mr. Carter smiled and said, "Remember, Ethan, motivation starts you, but habits keep you going when motivation fades. Small daily actions repeated consistently shape the path to success." From that day on, Ethan became an example for the whole town. He helped friends and younger students understand that transformation doesn't come from big leaps, but from small, consistent actions. Wake up 15 minutes earlier, read a few pages, walk 10 minutes, write down one goal. These small actions, repeated daily, create extraordinary change over time. Years passed. Ethan grew into a responsible and respected professional. He achieved more than he had ever dreamed, but he never forgot Mr. Carter's lesson. Big results are not the product of sudden inspiration or talent alone. They are the fruit of daily habits, patience, and consistent effort. Your future is written by the small actions you take every day. You don't need to overhaul your life overnight. Start small, start now. Walk 10 minutes, read 5 pages, do 10 push-ups, wake up 15 minutes earlier. Motivation may spark the fire, but habits keep it burning for a lifetime.